Leading in Ministry is a video podcast designed to share anecdotal information that helps equip leaders in practical ways. Personal stories help drive the points home while making it both entertaining and informative.
So we have a really great podcast for today. It's going to be a little turn from what most of them have been so far. I have with me today Aaron Gray and also Josh Arnett, who make up the Singing Contractors. Say hi, guys.
Yay.
There you go.
How you doing?
How's it going, everybody?
I am doing fine, and I was really excited that you guys were willing to do this with me. So one of the reasons that I was so excited is because not too long ago, I did a road trip with you all, and we were going to Nashville, and that's a 5-hour trip from here in Indianapolis. And it felt like it was an hour trip. And there's only one reason for that. It's because I'm not sure if there's any two more crazy guys to hang out with in a small space than you two guys. It might,
we appreciate that.
Capture it might be you guys were acting so stupid, but it was so much fun.
I appreciate that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure you appreciate that. But
Yeah.
So anyway, no, I really do appreciate you taking time today. I titled the whole podcast for today something about being thrust into leadership in an unexpected kind of way, because that's really what happened with you guys. I know. Let me just go back for a moment, because Aaron, I remember meeting you for the first time. You were probably 7 or 8 years old, and we were in Terre Haute doing music. Cheryl and I were, and so we met your family, and we have been in contact and stayed close with you guys through all of those years, and that was a long time ago. But because you're now getting quite old, aren't you? It's
just a few years ago, you know.
Yeah, and then I didn't know Josh. I didn't know you as well. I knew your family because of our ministry connections with them, but I really got to know you a whole lot better when the two of you began doing things together. But what I wanted you to do today is just take a moment and recap, because you really were thrust into having to lead this ministry in a very unexpected way because of how it all came about. So, Aaron, why don't you pick up on the fact of what all occurred just through this Facebook phenomenon that is part of your story?
Well, first of all, thank you for having us on your podcast. I think this is the first podcast we've ever done, so we're excited as well.
Awesome.
But we and I think the reason you had so much fun on that trip was that you're pretty dumb yourself as well, you know.
Boy, that's probably going to be the most profound thought that will be shared this evening, right there.
Well, you said honesty was everything on this show, so I said, we got to be honest.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Man, I tell you what, to say it in a fast way, 2015 turned me and Josh's life upside down. We was both working on a job, and I had a request on my personal page from a guy to sing "How Great Thou Art," and I told Josh about it. And we was down in a basement, and we recorded "How Great Thou Art," and a buddy of ours was there standing by, and he started kind of humming with us. And we asked him to join us on that song, and that song went viral. And from that, I think it was September 24th, wasn't it, Josh?
That's
That
pretty
we
close.
posted that video. And we literally had no clue what was about to take place. And immediately after it went viral, we had our wives to help us get a website and an email and everything. Well, we started getting emails like crazy. Well, some of the emails were from Channel 8 News here in town. And then the big one was Fox and Friends, New York. And we literally, that was on a Thursday. By that weekend, we flew out to New York and sang How Great Thou Art on Fox and Friends with Tucker
Live.
Carlson.
Yeah.
And and Josh decided to get it 2 or 3 keys too high that morning.
Oh my
And
word.
But
still
you know what?
holding hard feelings.
I was told don't get it too low. I didn't.
Tell me
Yeah.
what how many hits did it have when it first went viral?
Go ahead, Josh.
Well, I don't even know we didn't even know what the word viral meant, but we know it was well over 1 million when it first hit because it just kept multiplying.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
that video itself is, I think, almost 16.
16 million?
Yes.
Wow.
For that one. And I want to say this real quick too, is probably 4 years previous to this, as Aaron and I have always sang songs on the jobs and made videos for people, and some people would laugh, some people would get a kick out of them, people would encourage them. And so somebody named us, by the way. People want to know that. How did we get our name? Well,
Oh,
we
yeah.
didn't make that. Yeah, we didn't make that up at all. And it was by the people, because I'm the one saying I don't want that name. But
People have spoken.
the people
Yeah.
spoke, and that's our name. And so for 4 years we just did it because we loved to do it, and we wanted to sing a good song on the job site. And now when that happened in 2015, we weren't even expecting that. So, but
And
that's how many.
what's so really cool about all of this is all of a sudden you literally, both of you, had to begin understanding the dynamic of managing yourselves and picking up a lot of different aspects of leading because you were thrust into it, whether you liked it or not. So I am sure there were a lot of challenges, and there probably still are challenges to that today, but the whole thing just keeps evolving and it keeps getting bigger. Aaron, tell me, there were a number of other things, other people or places that you were invited to. Can you highlight a few more of those for me?
Man, it is kind of overwhelming to even be able to remember all of them, because it was like we've been on Good Morning America, of course, Fox and Friends, Channel 8 News here locally, Fox 59, Channel 13, news stations all over the country had got a hold of the story and did that. People Magazine did an online thing. Glenn Beck did a story on us. Just tons of things. And we actually got invited to sing in front of Mike Pence at the State House, which was really cool.
Awesome.
Got to meet him, and he was an incredible guy and was very encouraging to us. And just been some overwhelming things that we never dreamed that we would get to go through in our life. And so it's been an honor.
Yeah. And Josh, I think I recall, weren't you guys also on the Kelly Clarkson show?
Yeah. This past summer, we were on the Kelly Clarkson show, and we got to sing one of our Christmas songs that we sang off our Christmas album. And it was a really cool experience, because I don't think Aaron's ever been in California. And we flew all the way there, and we got on the show and we sang, and we were able to sing. What was it? Joy to the World, Aaron? Was that,
Yeah,
is that the
yeah.
song? Yeah. And I was just thinking to myself, we were talking about joy to the world, a little, and singing songs about that's the biggest thing, is being able to sing about our God and how big He is, and the opportunities that we're allowed to do this on national television is just
Yeah.
simply incredible. And one
Yeah.
other thing that we got to do was, we were singing in Chicago. We sang live at WGN, and we were singing "Mary Did You Know" then, I think, and I don't even know the words to that song, did we? I had to write them on my hand because I didn't know the lyrics. But it just was incredible, the opportunities that were
Sure.
placed in our lap, and like you said, the leadership role. It forced you to be in that position, and you just had to go along with it.
Yeah. And so I want to make a point here. This is for those that are watching, this is sort of like the fun insider kind of thing. But Aaron, you might not be now, but you were scared to death about flying. Isn't that right?
Oh man, was I ever. And I'm telling you, I counterbalanced that plane and I kept it level because I would do this number. And
Yeah.
I always joke about it, about the reason we made it safe there and safe back was because of my prayers and pleading with God.
Oh,
Since then, we flew all over the country, and God has really helped me with that. And I
yeah.
think, as far as leadership, the Bible talks about being ready in season or out of season, and I think we've learned that you got
Yeah.
to be ready to go wherever and say whatever it takes, to be able to lift up His name and encourage people.
Yeah.
And so you got to
Yeah.
do what you got to do.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you guys each the question. So really, you've already answered it, Aaron. When I was going to ask, what's the one thing that you've learned since you've been thrust into this whole deal, and as far as a leader? And so you've already said you've got to be ready in season, out of season, and especially in the kind of ministry that you are involved with. Aaron, or no, Josh, what? Tell me something that you might highlight that you've learned from all of this.
Wow. Well, I would guess it would be called learned, but valuable lessons is, through this whole thing, is making sure that your heart is in tune with God,
Mm-hmm.
because it's an incredible responsibility to be able to talk about Him, but also live like He
Mm-hmm.
would want you to live. And that responsibility is great, I think, and it makes more of a man out of you to stand up and be accountable for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and to be a leader that way. And I think that God has helped me a long way that way. I'm still not perfect, and I still make mistakes, but I do
Mm-hmm.
know that He's brought me a long way from where I was. And
Yeah.
so I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, and I think it's so true. I heard you say about being accountable. I think every leader needs to be accountable, and because we don't live in an island to ourselves, and so yeah, it's a very important aspect to leadership for sure. Um, so, guys, tell me, what is it? One of you, at least, share with me what are you doing now? Is there anything that's happening in your ministry right now?
Well, we're working every day, and we're not singing. I don't think very many people are
Yeah.
in the singing world, uh, but we have been working on a new record that we are extremely excited about, and we cannot wait to share that with everybody. And Josh, you want to tell them a little bit about it?
And Josh, if you're going to tell about it, though, did we even talk about the fact of the connection with the Gaithers at all in previously? Did we mention that earlier at all?
No,
I didn't think
Probably
we did.
not.
Yeah, so
I
at least make that connection with whatever you're sharing as well.
I forget when it was, Aaron, but I'll just go ahead and tell this one. When we actually met Paul, with Gaither, I don't know, but it was at a Cracker Barrel. Me and Aaron sat down with Paul from Gaither, and we began to talk about them wanting us to be a part of the Gaither team, and it just made sense for us, and so we shook hands and we made a deal then, and it's really been a pleasure working with them on each and every project that we've done. We really can't complain about anything. They have been A1, and they've supported us, worked with us, and now we're able to make this next project. It's really exciting because it's one that it's stepping out a little bit from where we are with the favorites of the gospel, but this is more of a country gospel. And
cool.
and it's just going to be really cool. And you want to tell them some of those songs there?
Well, one of the things we're kind of gearing up for on this album is we want the everyday hardworking man and woman songs on here that they would love to hear, maybe on the way home from work or on the way to work. And there's also some gospel songs on there. One of our fun ones is called "Hardworking Man," and we've got some cool stuff on there, and we've got some good wholesome love songs, country tunes, some Merle Haggard stuff, some Restless Heart stuff. There's we're doing a great gospel song, "He Touched Me," that Bill Gaither wrote.
Sure.
And we're really excited because he is singing with us on that. And so there's a lot of fun stuff on this, and I think everybody's gonna want to get prepared to buy one.
Absolutely. You know what? While you were talking, I also thought about this from a leadership aspect, and there's no question about this. You guys can be on the job doing your construction work that you do, and a lot of it's handed to you, and you just go through these routines. You know what to do. You've done it so much, it's almost like second nature to you. But in the ministry that you are involved with now, and especially with the way that it's all happened, you have to make decisions on a continuous basis. And you don't have the luxury of just passing it off. It's your decision that you have to make, and it helps to sharpen our ability to make decisions, sometimes pretty fast, but to know that you have to be ready to do that. And I think it's the sharpening of your own leadership that it's brought about because of that.
Well, one thing
Absolutely.
is, you talk about leadership, is you have to put people in your life to help you along the way. And you are one of those people for me and Josh that has encouraged us and been a mentor to us from the beginning, and you've stuck with us. And a lot of people don't know that. And I just want to say thank you
Absolutely
for your wisdom and your friendship that's been down through the years. So that means a lot.
Well, thank you for saying that. But you guys, it has been a lot of fun. I just love having the privilege of being connected, and that makes me realize too. You guys let me go with you. You made a second trip back to Fox News. It was Fox and Friends in the morning, though. Again, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sure
it
was.
And you know what? I even found some pictures. I'm going to just bring up some pictures here. There we are in the studio, except it looks like I'm in the chair with you guys this time. I don't know where the Steve Ducey and Ainsley Earhart might be on this one, but anyway, there we are. We have
That's
evidence.
awesome.
I have
Cool.
evidence that I was with you guys. There's Steve Ducey with us. Yeah, that was an absolutely fun experience for me. And I just thank you guys for letting me go along and hang out with you. So
we're glad you got to go with us, even though you had to fly to Florida.
I know. Yeah. But I had the chance to, at that time, Aaron was still pretty scared about those flights. So I did get to help console him on that flight too. Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
yes.
Anyway, you know what, guys? I really appreciate your music. You guys are incredible. Your voices are amazing. More importantly, I like to use the word the raw, because I like that you guys are a bit raw. You're very authentic, and people love that. And I think that's part of what it is that has endeared people. That people have been endeared to you is because of that, the rawness and the authenticity. In addition to the great vocals that you have, it's been a fun time here this evening that you allowed me to interview you, and I better let you go. I know you have other things to still do in life other than a podcast. So thanks for taking time to do that.
Don.
You bet. And I hope
thank you for having us.
All right, and have a fine rest of the day.
Awesome.
You too. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Please take a moment right now to hit share and include a comment.